Hello, I am A.M. Kelly and welcome to my channel where I use paintings to address social, health, mental health, science, art, and religious issues. For today's topic, that is identifying and accepting our true sexual identities in the world of sexual confusion and gender dysphoria, I have prepared two 45 inches paintings that you find behind me. According to the internet, sexual identity means an individual sense of having a particular gender, which could be male or female. About the concept of hermaphrodite, well, that will come maybe in subsequent videos, but that's the issue I'm going to discuss here. Sexual identity confusion, or simply sexual confusion, is simply confusion about one's gender, and statistics has it that the young people are mainly seen with this form of disorder. Now we have the third term to define, which is gender dysphoria, and it is a medical condition that is seen as a psychiatric distress in which a person experiences due to a mismatch between their gender identity, that is their perceived gender, and their sexes assigned at birth. Although I'd rather say their sexes are assigned during this time of conception. The term gender dysphoria was previously known as gender identity disorder up until 2013, when the name was changed to gender dysphoria, and this was said to occur to remove the stigma that was associated with the term disorder or something. Well, anyhow, now in another article which highlights for kids and code, the author stated that some scientists have identified genes that linked emotional disorientation towards sexes, or perhaps that's how I perceived the article or the statement of the author. However, I don't have a site where you can read about the relationship between gender dysfunction and genetics, because maybe the author was not very specific when they said that or mentioned that in their publication. Now the question is, what is the veracity of the statement, of that statement? So when I talk about the veracity, I mean the truthfulness of the statement. Given that I quite remember my lessons appropriately and perhaps adequately, the concept of genetics generally explains how the physical and behavioral traits or properties or patterns are passed down from one generation to another for a particular species. However, not quite the same with emotions. Emotions are rather specific to human beings, while behavior applies to both animals and humans, if I have to narrow down the concept to the animal kingdom. Basically, unlike behavior, which is linked to genes, emotions are rather driven by society in which one finds themselves. Certain emotions that have gone through the process of cognitive interpretation can lead to behavioral implications, and in this case the behavioral pattern is not inherited, but rather it is acquired from the external, which is a society. Now, it will also simply mean that one's emotional attraction subsequently would lead to a physical attraction to a particular sex type, and that if there is any fault in the interpretation of an emotion, it could lead to sexual dysfunction. Now, this thus will mean it is very important and crucial to critically understand and interpret our own emotions, so that the behavioral patterns derived from our own cognitive analysis isn't termed an integral part of me, which cannot be changed because it is obviously false. So it is absolutely intriguing just how many publications one will find online regarding the issue of sexual disorientation. However, what I will tell you is that everything will eventually sum up to zero, and thus will make the entire show nullified. That every battle can seem as an illusion. However, your choice of diving into the negative spectra gives little value to the cause you fight. While if you chose to dive alone in the positive spectra, your value could be magnified. Quite analogous to the number line. The artworks on the screen are a representation of a woman and a man who find themselves in the state of sexual confusion and are subjected by society to choose for themselves a sexual identity that could be heterosexual, homosexual, bisexual, asexual. Now, here they are shown to stare at themselves in the mirror. Staring at oneself in the mirror some time ago was a way people got to the realization of their true identities and nature as a person social wise. Why this often happened, or why people were often drawn to stare at themselves in the mirror each time they needed clarity about the person they were, I may not know. However, personally and in principle, the image on the mirror is a reflection of the objectiveness that we are, and not the illusion that our minds create. This intent can explain why people with gender dysphoria end up as transgender. Press the thumbs up button if you really like this video, subscribe if you want to get more videos from me, and comment if you have any ideas to share about the topic, or if you want to give me hearts, or if you want to buy an art. Thank you.